I'm Joy Kim. Today I'm going to show a practice that I had with one of my friends who is preparing IELTS test. This time she's aiming to get 6.5. I'm helping her as her speaking partner. Don't be surprised. She is 53 years old in Korean age. I met her around 2.5 years ago, and at the time her English level was quite low. After studying with me, she took an IELTS test for the first time in her life, and she got 6.0 for her speaking, and now she is preparing another IELTS test. Maybe I might go with her and take some video. Before she moved to New Zealand, she was a housewife and she couldn't speak English almost at all. So I hope you guys who are preparing IELTS test or who want to improve your English to be encouraged and inspired by her. Thank you and enjoy it. Hi Anna.
Good morning, Joy.
How are you?
I'm a little bit nervous because you are taking
The video.
Yes.
So when did you come to New Zealand, Anna?
Quite a long time. I've been living in New Zealand, I think for 7 years.
Why did you come to New Zealand?
There's not a single reason. The first of all, my children's education. In Korea, the education system is very complicated and very competitive. I don't want my children to study there. At that time, my sister was living in New Zealand.
Ah, okay.
So that's why we decided to
Come
move to New Zealand. Yeah.
So anything else?
At that time, my husband was running some company, but the economic condition was not good at that time. So my business was not successful. Getting went down.
Going down.
Was going down. So we just gave up the business and then moved to New Zealand.
Very brave, man.
If I knew reality living in another country,
How do you find to live in New Zealand?
how do you find? Yeah, as I mentioned earlier, my sister introduced this.
No. So this question is quite tricky because Korean people,
Oh yeah, find I know the think.
it means that what do you think
Okay,
of
yes.
living in New Zealand? So how do you find it to live in New Zealand?
Okay, in New Zealand life, it's very peaceful and very calm. And yes, we can be relaxed. But on the other hand, it sounds quite boring. But for me, it is okay. I love this kind of lifestyle.
So you like boring lifestyle? Nah, I'm kidding.
Yeah,
I'm
boring
kidding.
lifestyle. New Zealand life is very simple. That means I could focus on my life, on myself. That's why I love New Zealand life.
Okay, very good.
And good?
Yes, very good. So now we are moving to part 2, Anna. You have to give the answers first. So make sure you don't miss any point. Pay attention and focus, okay?
My heart is bumping. Nervous.
I will give you a very easy topic then, okay?
Thank you.
So describe your favorite piece of clothing. You should say where you got it, do you often wear it, when you wear it, and explain why it is your favorite piece of clothing. You have 1 minute to prepare your answer.
I'm old.
Oh my God. Are you ready?
I got ready.
So you have 2 minutes to answer, okay?
Yes.
Start.
I'm gonna talk about Hanbok. That is a Korean traditional costume. Usually Korean people, the women and men wear this kind of Hanbok traditional clothes when they are getting married. So I got married, I think a long time ago. I think 25 years ago. My sister and my mother and I went to some Korean traditional Hanbok shop.
Mm.
The designer is very
Famous?
Yeah. So when we went to the shop, there are variety of Hanbok. Hanbok is very colorful. I think the texture made of silk. Yes, so we just was attracted. Yeah, by seeing the Hanbok. When I got married, I just purchased this Hanbok. So
You see, hang on.
oh my god.
Already 1 minute 20 seconds passed. In that case, you just say, okay, I'd like to talk about Hanbok.
And they just skip.
And then skip everything out. And then you just go straight, I got it when I got married.
Okay.
You can explain the bride and groom always wear.
I need use the
Bride and groom.
Okay. Oh my god.
Let's do it again.
Yeah. I'm gonna talk about the Hanbok. That is Korean traditional clothes. The bride and groom wear this kind of Hanbok. When I got married, I'm also purchased this. Usually in the traditional festival, Thanksgiving Day and New Year, I usually wear this kind of Hanbok. But Hanbok is a little bit uncomfortable and very tight. Yeah, I purchased just a Hanbok just one time in my whole life when I got married, which is I think as I mentioned earlier, we don't need any opportunity to wear very often. So, but my parents-in-law, so they want me to wear this kind of traditional Hanbok on occasion. So I have to wear this Hanbok. Yeah.
Okay, hang on. So, do you think you covered everything? So it was Hanbok,
Yep.
and not very often, and when you wear it, and why it is your favorite piece.
Favorite.
That was actually the main thing.
Can I try it again?
Okay, I think you should try again. Organize your answer, please.
Okay.
So you give your whole answer in the beginning. If you have more time, you can go to detail. So you don't have to give a full detail
Alright.
in the beginning. You can ask the examiner, do I have more time? If he or she says yes, you just carry on a little bit,
Okay, I'm gonna talk about Hanbok. That is a Korean traditional clothes. When I got married, when I got some wedding ceremony, I need to wear this kind of Hanbok. So I purchased this Hanbok, I think 25 years ago. Usually we wear this Hanbok in some festival, traditional festival, in some occasions, such as New Year's and Thanksgiving Day. I just wear this kind of a Hanbok. Yeah, the Hanbok is very beautiful, and the texture is very smooth and silky because of the material, and then the color is very bright and then colorful, especially the line of Hanbok. Very lovely, like nature. So that's why I love this kind of Hanbok. Even though Hanbok is not comfy to wear, but I love my Korean traditional clothes.
You did very well, but if I were you, I would give you the answer more kind of clearly. So even though Hanbok are not that comfortable to wear, I love Hanbok because blah blah blah. You cover every question, but the
Not
way you
fully.
present your answer is a little bit mixed up. How much was it, the Hanbok?
Around 100,000 won.
Really? My Hanbok was, I just paid 30만 원.
One pieces.
Yeah, one piece.
But I got two.
You got two.
Two. Yeah, 2 pieces.
Still expensive,
Yeah, little.
You had a lot of money at the time,
My
yeah?
husband was rich.
Your husband paid for it.
Yes.
In my case,
Simple.
I paid it. Okay, are you ready for part 3?
Part 3, yes.
Okay. Can clothing tell you much about person in your country?
I didn't focus, sorry.
Okay. Wake up.
Yeah.
Can clothing tell you much about a person in your country?
Yeah, I think so.
Yes.
Yeah. Compared to New Zealand, but Korean people express themselves with clothes.
So yeah, in Korean culture, actually, we judge people based on what they are wearing, what kind of bag they are holding, and what kind of cars they are driving.
Yeah.
Why do some companies ask their staff to wear uniforms?
I think there are several reasons. I think the main reason is safety and then comfortable. I was nurse when I lived in Korea. We usually had to wear uniform. The design is very simple and very, comfortable and very clean. So that's why we had to uniform in hospital.
That was the final question actually. It can be so difficult in part 3. Let's do part 2.
Yes.
Let's practice one more. So describe a present you gave someone. You should say who you gave it to, why you decided to give them a present, and why you chose that present. And then you have to explain why this gift is so special. Okay?
Not easy.
Yeah. Ready?
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm gonna talk about the present I gave my favorite friend's second son. His name is Shihu, 70th birthday. So I just thought I needed to give some present to him. Shiu is very interested in plant and tree flowers. I have a big trees in my garden. There is a vine tree. There are some baby vine tree. So I prepare pot and I just put the vine tree in pot. So I gave this gift to him. He was very, very happy. I really want Shihu to grow fast and grow fast like this vine tree. Usually vine tree, has a lot of fruit, lovely sweet grape. I just want Shihu's life like this. I want Shihu, bear a lot of bear. So I think this present is very meaningful.
Good, very good answer. Okay, did a good job.
I want to cry.
No, you don't have to. I think we can stop here.
Okay.